Now, the other thing I want to pre-frame here before we go into our 30 plus ways to scale your business is that for any of this to work at all the things I'm going to share with you today, and I'm going to throw at you a ton of different strategies, a ton of different methods that you might choose from, that none of this is going to work unless you have a proper system behind it. Now, I know you can't completely see what's on this page right here, but I still want to show you what the stages are behind properly systemizing a profitable business. So on your screen here, at the very top of your screen that you see are a number of different marketing methods. You have on the green side, content marketing methods, and then you have general all other marketing methods. These are methods of awareness, the way that people can discover you, can find you, come across you, see if they like you, have a little taste of you. And there are so many different ways of doing this. In terms of content marketing, what we mean here is what you might be used to seeing today: content going on social media, videos, images, text-based content that people can engage with, decide whether they like you from that content and whether or not they're going to then follow you or opt into anything that you're offering. In also content marketing, we're talking about the ways that we go out there and share our knowledge with the world. Also in how we hack the search engines to make sure that we are the ones being found when people are going to Google or into social platforms to search for something. And one of the biggest ways that people overlook is blogging. Blogging is still such a powerful way to get found. And so many people are putting it down lower in ranking and priority in their business and social media. Yet when you go to Google, what's the number one thing that comes up on Google search results? The biggest search engine in the world, it's blog posts. There's all these different ways that we can use content for the internet to start working for us and serving us. The other types of marketing methods there's a huge array of them. Some of them are going to be covering today. And from here, as we move down this diagram, I want to explain what starts happening. If at the top, we've got all of the different ways that people can discover us and become aware of us, marketing. In this big yellow box in the middle, what we have then is the way in which we convert them from a viewer into somebody on our mailing list or somebody who has now become part of our ecosystem. This is where, for instance, they might have clicked on our link tree or opted into a free lead magnet or booked a call with us, whatever it might be, to have exchanged their contact information in some capacity. They've moved from just seeing us to now being in our ecosystem. Now, as we keep moving down through this graph, as we come to the sort of lower third section of this system, this visibility blueprint that you see on the screen here, is now we've got their email address. There needs to be an automated system for us to continue to build a relationship with that person, for them to continue to get to know us, and to be continuously offered all of the different ways that we can help them. So this is what normally I would recommend you put into an email automation. Go and find the top 20 questions people are asking in your industry. Simply write down the answers to those questions, and that's going to give you 20 little emails that you then put into a simple sequence of emails that will then automatically be sent out to every single person who joins your mailing list. Meaning that as you're up there at the top of this chart, doing all your marketing, doing all of your visibility work, doing all of your going out there and getting discovered work, and they're opting in to whatever it is that you are offering in exchange for those contact details, then being fed into that automatic sequence of emails that's going to continuously sell on your behalf. This I've had in place for at least 9 years now, and it is everything. If you are relying on manually responding to leads, manually following up with people that you've met, you are simply not going to be able to work at the capacity required to make the conversions that you need to make. One of the biggest things I'm seeing on social media today, the questions I'm seeing asked is, are sales down? Is there some kind of financial crisis in the world? Are less people spending money? The answer to that is no, they are not spending less money. People are still, the same amount of dollars are still circulating as freely as they ever have around the world. But the way that people choose to buy most definitely is. This is what's important for you to know. Now, back in the olden days, for those of us who were the early internet sellers, it was, I must admit, a lot easier for us to sell back then. We could put a couple of posts on Facebook. It was also new and novel. We did potentially make a few sales from just putting something up on Facebook. Right now, that's called 1 or 2 touch points, right? We could just tell people about it a couple of times, and those that are interested would opt in. Today, recent research has come out to say that it takes on average a minimum of 20 touch points, i.e., people seeing you on Facebook, seeing you on social, seeing you in their inbox, seeing you in their SMSs, seeing you on stage somewhere, a minimum of 22 of those before they will even engage. So that's not to make a sale. That's before they will even consider exchanging a contact information in general. Now, that's a lot. So it's not that people are not buying, guys, they are. People are just taking a much longer time to make decisions. It takes a lot longer today to get people to trust you on the internet and out there in the big wide world than it used to, because people are more aware of the very few scammers that are taking away people's trust. So keep this in mind. Do not be in any way disheartened if you are seeing a drop in sales, if you're not seeing sales yet at all. All of this can be fixed with basic strategy. And the money that you can make, the profitability that can come into your business, the scale that you can reach is directly proportionate to the amount of marketing that you are putting in. It is absolute basic math. And if you know what your conversion rates are, if you're using a CRM or a platform like Techmatics, it says on your main dashboard what your conversion rates are. If you know you need to make 100 sales to pay the bills and your conversion rate's 1%, you need to get in front of 1,000 highly targeted customers to make that many sales. It's just simple maths. And the people who are not making enough money has nothing to do with their product. It has everything to do with the fact that they're simply not marketing enough of the time to enough people, long enough of the time, which by the way needs to be all of the time, and to the right target audience. Sharing something on your Facebook page or your Facebook profile does not mean that you're doing effective marketing, because your friends are not necessarily your target audience customers. Now, the very bottom of this strategic system you have on your screen are all of the different kinds of things you could be selling. It could be giving away freebies, low-priced digital products or physical product. You have the mid-range products. We'll be talking much more about different things you can sell later. But the whole point of this system, if you want to make profit, is you need to be out there as much as possible. And every single piece of content you're putting out there marketing has some kind of call to action that's going to lead to you getting those contact details, that will lead to an automated email sequence where you're going to warm and sell to people on autopilot. And every single one of those emails and everything at the top should be filtering down to selling the things that you sell that are there to help change people's lives. So with that system and that strategy in mind, 30 plus completely different ways that you can scale your business. Please stick with me and choose just one or two of these things. And I'm going to get you, as you go through this, to share in the chat which ones you're going to implement. Not all of these are for everyone. Not all of these are going to fit every single business right now, but take away from it the ones that you feel are going to work for you.